Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy. I'm your host and founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. Coming to you tonight. It's been a crazy week and it's just ramping up. But first, got to thank my producer, John Gaston, and Area 52 Media Group for taking care of us and bringing all this information to you, letting us bring all this information to you. And if you want to do your own TV show, he's the guy. And you can do it remotely. That's what we started doing a couple of years ago. And it is, I kind of like it. Hopefully, soon we'll be able to do more people in studio here. That's our goal for next year. But also, our sponsor, one of our sponsors, Delane Gaston with the mortgage firm, Everything Mortgages. I tell you, every week she is the best, and I know that for a fact. So I refer people that I know and I've done business with. So she is really good. So the title for this show is 2 Weeks and Counting. What does that mean? Our walk is coming up. But first, we are still, even after the walk, they both come up after the walk. We are, and with the holidays coming up, it's really important. We still have our support groups. The next one is in Spring Hill on November 12th at the NAMI office, NAMI Hernando. They're great partners for us. And then the one after that, the third Thursday, is November 20th, and that's at the Oasis Coffee Spot. That's just week before Thanksgiving. And actually, I believe that Saturday, the 22nd, is Suicide Loss Survivors Day. I'll talk more about that as we get a little bit closer. But support groups are free. You can just show up, try and be on time. It's peer-to-peer, so you're with people who know what you're going through. We all may be at different stages of this journey, but we're all on that journey. So 2 weeks, Pasco Walk for Hope 2025, which is not the first walk in Pasco, but it's the first walk for us in Pasco. It's at Sims Park. The city's been awesome for us. Really great support. You can scan that QR code and it'll take you to the website where you can sign up right there. You can sign up to sponsor. You can sign up to be a vendor. You can start a team. We have some awesome teams going. Mitchell High School National Honor Society, I think, is our largest team so far. Baycare Behavioral Health just signed up a team the other day. We were on a call for our SAFE Coalition, which is Pasco County's zero suicide coalition thingy. And they ended up, right after the meeting, signing up a team, and they got several people that have signed up. And Baycare also, I got an email afterwards that they are going to sponsor our DJ for this event, which is really great. We're still working on getting the DJ, but hopefully by this weekend I'll have that secured. So that's really, really pretty cool. So, and we have a few other teams, but go to the website, sign up. Oh, and we got a new sponsor actually for the walk. I think we call it Friends of the Walk or something like that. I had to go visit my yearly visit to my financial advisor, and we were talking about it, and he's like, "I'm going to sponsor." So Chris Pagano with Edward Jones is our Friends of the Walk sponsor. Actually, he is actually our first sponsor. Yeah, sponsors are really kind of light, but we'll get there. I think everything's probably going to come like at the last minute, but that's kind of freaky for me. But it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. We've got several volunteers. I'm going to start sending out some emails to everybody, which I did the first one for the volunteers the beginning of the week, which was really kind of interesting. But it's all going to be good. Everybody, I mean, there's a lot of talk about it, and we've been sharing it out on Facebook. And if you guys, wherever you're at, particularly if you're in Tampa Bay area, share the Facebook page. This is the event page. Share the event page, the Pasco Walk for Hope 2025 page. We've been putting, a lot of stuff out on social media. I asked our volunteers to do that, and they started doing that. So for our first walk, which I've never done before. I mean, I've done it. I've never ran it. But yeah, it's kind of scary, but it's all going to be good. I got a lot of support from a lot of people. So we're excited about it, but I know it's just going to come like way too fast. Just way too fast. So yeah, just tying up a bunch of loose ends for it, which is pretty good. So I had a few meetings this week, actually a couple, which were pretty good. Our Safe Coalition, which I mentioned, we got our report for September, which was encouraging, and I wish it would go down a little bit more, but it was good. So in September, we had 2 suicides. That is the least amount in a month, I believe, since we started this, and since we have been a part of the Alliance for Healthy Communities, where we get the report from the sheriff's office. Now, that's only the report from the sheriff's office. We have 4 police departments that do not report on there. So, but still, August was 4, so that was down 50%. And July, I had mentioned before, was 10. So that's headed in the right direction. But still, one is just way too many. I was really happy to see the manager for the Pasco County Sheriff's Victims Advocate. I'd mentioned her last week when we were at an event for them, but she was on the call too, and they're doing more referrals to the foundation. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't reach out even when they get the referral, and it kind of breaks my heart that, but maybe they will when they're ready. Everybody processes this so different, and at least hopefully people know that we're here, and more people are learning about us. So just be more visible. So with all the other things that we're doing, and I did also have a meeting with who is it? The one of our community healthcare clinics, and Premier Healthcare, and got some really awesome news. Now, basically, my thing was I'm trying to work with them with our project through Rotary, which is building bridges of understanding. And but it's not totally off the table. I had an encouraging meeting with the head of the behavioral health department, and he told me, which I was really happy about, that since I saw him last, which was a couple months ago, maybe month and a half ago, a couple months ago, at their community breakfast, that since the community breakfast, they have actually doubled their behavioral health staffing. And so they're working on getting them all onboarded, and possibly after the beginning of the year, we can work on integrating building bridges of understanding, just to help them along with some, a few little extra tools. So I was really super happy about that. It's something that we really, really needed. And Baycare is also expanding their behavioral health services. And I had seen just last night or this morning, and they may have mentioned it at our meeting, that they are breaking ground on a brand new behavioral health facility. I don't know exactly where it's at because it didn't say in the article that I saw, but we'll have more information about that as it gets a little bit closer. They just broke ground, I guess, this week on the facility. So that's really good too. And like with Premier, because they're in Pasco County, but they're also in Hernando County, which is that's the other county that the foundation we try and serve pretty much all of Tampa Bay, but our major focus is Pasco County and Hernando County. And that's the same thing with our Rotary. With our mental health initiatives action group, that's our focus. It's kind of like our main focus, but our focus is our whole district. So I forget what I was saying with that. Anyways, so I know what it was. So Premier is also expanding their services in Hernando County, and part of the onboarding of these additional behavioral health staff, they have added, I think he said 2 or 3 in Hernando County. So we're making strides. We're making strides, but it is just so much. Huh. So, and another thing came up, and I'm not sure how we're gonna go with this or not. I always at the beginning of the show let everybody know, when our support groups are meeting, and our support groups are for loss survivors. Now, whether that be a family member, a friend, or a coworker. But I received a phone call the other day from a gentleman, and it was brought to my attention, and I didn't think about it because I guess I think about the backside of this, the after the fact, after a suicide. Although, a lot of our work, it circles around to prevention too, because loss survivors are at a higher risk for suicide than the general public. And also the awareness and the education part of it. But this gentleman called, and he was looking for a support group for people who have suicide ideology. And he's called all the organizations, that I know, and there's not a group for them, a peer group. And I don't know. I'm working, trying to think on how to tackle something like that. It would definitely have to be facilitated by a couple professional therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever, that specialize in this genre. And that's really difficult because we have a hard time finding people, therapists or counselors or anybody that specializes in suicide or suicide loss for the people that we work with. So I don't know how we're going to tackle that one. And for me, it's not something that, number one, I'm not trained for it, but mentally and emotionally, it's not something that I could facilitate. But it's something, else to think about, that, the National Association, one of them, referred this gentleman to us. And I was really kind of surprised that some of the organizations that I thought would have something for him said they didn't. So I have to do some more research on this, because he said this. He said that, in his view, there's a lot of support for lost survivors, which there is and there isn't. It depends on where you're at. Until we started our support groups, we didn't have anything. There was nothing in our county. There's nothing in Hernando County. There's nothing in Citrus County. There's only one in Pinellas County, possibly two. I don't know if she still has hers or not, but he said that if maybe if we had some sort of support group for those who suffer with suicide ideology, that we would have less suicides. And that's possible. I don't know. I've really only had one other gal that was willing to talk to me openly about her suicide ideology several years ago, when we were at I was speaking at an event at a church. But, it's something for us to think about. And I don't know. We're going to have to figure something out here. It's just, one thing that was good about the conversation, and I can just keep my fingers crossed and pray that it stays that way. He insisted with me, my nose itches, that he was okay right now. And I have to, take him at his word, and I hope that is true. As we kind of move forward and see what we can do. But you know what? The only way we can do this stuff is my nose is itchy, if we can raise the funds to expand our programs. And that's what our fundraisers are for. I've talked before how difficult it is in this community to raise funds, not being a national organization. But the funds that we raise here, that's for our community. That's for here. And so hopefully and a lot of it is just educating the people. It's the same thing with educating the people as to uh, what to look for, how they can help somebody. Um, it's educating the people. Um, you don't know what you don't know, and a little information really goes a long way. And that's why we're hoping too, if we can make this walk successful year after year, expand our services in our community, hopefully get those suicide rates in our community down, help those that are left behind. We're really hoping to expand the walk because, like I said, Hernando County has never had a walk. Now, Hernando County, our support group is well attended, and it was funny. Even at the last meeting, one of the gals said, "Oh, we need to start to do a walk or something," and which I'd already talked about it to our main facilitator, Kathy, because we're doing the walk here in Pasco, and so we gave him the flyers and we explained, what was happening and that we were, going to have a walk this year in Pasco. And next year we're going to expand it to Hernando because they can have their own walk. And then that'll help us up there expand some of the services up there. It's a lot. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and my head is just spinning. But we just have to keep our heads down and keep moving forward. The weather for our walk should be spectacular. This time of year is really pretty nice. It's getting a little cooler. I'm wearing this corduroy shirt. Got up this morning to go to a meeting and open the front door, and it was a bit chilly out. Sorry about that. I had to laugh. It was my producers in the background saying, "It's not that cold." It was chilly this morning. It's not as chilly right now, but it was chilly this morning early. But anyway, so we should have just absolutely spectacular weather, and Sims Park is just beautiful. This time of year, it's a nice park. It's a nice walk around Orange Lake. We are still looking too also for we want to do a basket raffles, and actually one of my customers donated like a brand new kind of like an espresso coffee pot thing. I can't drink espresso coffee, but it's brand new in the box, so that's going to be one of our raffles. And hopefully, what is it? That Canine Partners will have their dogs there, and they're an organization that they have therapy dogs, but it's different than all of our other organizations. They actually take their dogs into facilities, whether it be schools, assisted living facilities, nursing homes. A really neat organization. So there's going to be, a few surprise announcements, I think I could say, at the walk. Hopefully, I know we'll get the support, and we just want to be there to be able to support the people of our community and let them know, continuing to let them know that there is support and there is help out there for them. Just now it's just going to come locally, but we will also have information at our table. We always do, from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We always have their literature with us at any of our tabling events. Our purple folders will be there. We'll have. I'm collecting a few giveaways. I got some, and I don't know where I put them. Some bookmarkers that I was going to give out at the last event, but I had to add like this ribbon to them. And when I took it out of the package, all it is just this one real long piece of ribbon. So I got to cut it and attach it. And some pins and bracelets, and we will have the beads that people wear, the different color beads to signify their loss. We'll bring this up. We'll put this up on next week's show too, because we haven't done that in a while. So there's different color beads that signify the different types of losses. I think that I don't know why the two that I always remember. I don't know where I put it. I have the thing. Oh, it's probably from our last tabling event. Red signifies the loss of a partner. I think white signifies the loss of a child. There's a whole bunch of them. But anyways, we'll have all those available at the walk. It's kind of, I get these few moments, even doing this with the show, it gives me a little bit of time to get out of my head with the walk and organizing and doing stuff like that, even though I'm talking about it. It's so it kind of helps me. I guess it's a little therapeutic, you would say. So we have a kind of a good quote, I think, for today, and it goes along with our with a lot of our foundation, as with Dr. Wolfelt, with the wilderness journey of grief. So, lost in the wilderness of grief, we seek our own paths to healing. Everybody's path is going to be different, and we embrace that. Everybody's path is going to be different, but the wilderness of grief, that's the basis that we kind of go on. So remember to put these numbers in your phone. Have these memorized. 988. You could just be the one person at the one time that gives the one person the hope that they need, because there is always hope. I truly believe. Thank you.